Emergency shoulder use is one of the many things you need to know about it.
Orlando have been waiting for hours, some only to get to the front of the line and find out they're completely out. After Hurricane Irma, Brandon Dyer knew propane was a must.
We might have power outage, and so I want to be able to have a way to at least boil water and prepare what I can on the grill or on the little side burner.
Mary Bailey's been worried about the food she'll need too. That's why this is her third trip to Ace Hardware this week.
I'm looking for a Yeti cooler. They had one in the back, was the biggest one they ever had, and I'm going to put it in my will for my children. They're expensive.
And so is buying a bunch of food and water. But Alan Ezel had to come back to the grocery store for more because he's already been munching on his hurricane stash.
This is junk food. I already picked up the main peanut butter jelly, staples, plenty of water already, so this is just snack food to go with the peanut butter and jelly.
And they tell me here at Ace Hardware they have no plans of running out of propane. They say as soon as they get down to about 40%, they just make a call and they bring more on over. So if you still need propane, this is a good place to come. In Orlando, Lauren Seabrook, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
One of the main concerns with Hurricane Dorian, of course, is flooding that it can bring to all sorts of areas, not just by waterways, but also streets. You may recall how bad the situation was following Hurricane Irma. This is in 2017. This is in the Orla Vista area, not really near a body of water. Channel 9's Mert Price is live in Orange County. Mert, what are county officials doing so that this doesn't happen to those poor folks again? Because it was tough the last time.
Yeah, one of the things they're urging people to do is to come to sandbag locations like this one at Barnett Park and fill up some sandbags, take them home to protect their property. Officials say they're also using the lessons learned from Irma to help keep people safe this time around. Today for hours, people have been filling up sandbags here at Barnett Park in Orlando. Crews have set up multiple self-serve stations, and whenever the sand gets low, dump trucks show up and dump out more. County leaders are urging residents to take advantage of the free sandbags because flooding is now a major concern.
Rain may be our worst problem in Orange County.
After Irma hit the area in 2017, communities like Orla Vista were completely underwater. Hundreds of residents had to be rescued. Today, the fire chief says they're preparing to rescue people who may be trapped by floodwaters when Hurricane Dorian comes through.
We'll be upstaffing some additional boats and woods trucks to allow us to transition through some of those areas that flooding may be present.
County officials say they have also taken precautions in areas that are prone to flooding.
Our Public Works Department has worked to lower lake levels and waterbed levels where appropriate in anticipation that we could have a significant rainfall.
Residents who live in some of these areas say they've noticed county crews doing work and lowering water levels in retention ponds and lakes ahead of the storm. Now back out here live, you can see people still filling up bags of sand to take them home to protect their property. Officials say if you live in an area that flooded during Hurricane Irma or over the past few weeks with the afternoon rain that we've gotten, they say you need to take precautions. We're live in Orlando. Mert Price, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Well, there's no question that if Dorian stays on track, people across Central Florida will be losing power.
That's right. It's just a fact of life around here. Right now, utility crews from as far away as Indiana are on their way to help with any damage Dorian might cause to the electrical grid. Channel 9's Michael Leparty live at Orlando Utilities Commission. Michael, the power companies are bringing in resources from all over the country.
And Greg, we expect them to start arriving by tomorrow to set up shop right here. Right now, they're just checking all of these vehicles to make sure they're ready to go, because when these do hit the road, they're going to be out there for up to 16 hours a day. And that's part of the reason why these power companies are calling for backup. Dorian is on the move today, and so are power crews. Duke Energy shared this video of line techs and tree trimmers leaving Indiana and Kentucky, all headed for Florida to help with the aftermath of the storm.
We're working to put
more than 10,000 personnel in place to support restoration. This includes more than 1,500 Florida-based employees and contractors, who will be joined by 700 Midwest teammates and 500 Carolina teammates.
More preparations are underway at the Orlando Utilities Commission.
We're also starting to order extra food, we're ordering extra supplies, and we're recruiting crews. We're negotiating, bringing them in from as far as Missouri, Nebraska, Michigan, and Massachusetts.
So far, OUC has lined up 300 extra workers, and that number is only expected to increase.
This is a very big effort. We actually plan for it all year long. We have drills when it comes to hurricanes. We bring our teams together to practice, review our processes and our procedures, so that when happens, we're ready to do it, and we get it done well.
The real test will come in the next few days. OUC says it's working to decide where these extra crews will be placed so they can start any repairs after Dorian leaves. Back live right now, the crews are just finishing an inspection of this big truck here. The bucket on the back can go up to 100 feet, 150 feet in the air, and I'm told you'd only see one of these in the neighborhood when one of the major transmission lines had a power problem. Lots of uncertainty out there right now still, and because of that, we don't know about any estimates as to how many people might lose power. We're told those will come closer to the storm. Reporting live in Orlando, Michael Lopardi, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
You're watching live continuing coverage of Hurricane Dorian this evening, live on YouTube and Channel 1 Atlanta Storm Watch.
This is Cassandra Crimming continuing to keep you updated on what we are tracking in the tropics, which is Hurricane Dorian. It has been for the last couple of days. We're continuing to monitor this strong system. You can see starting to get that defined eye, and today we saw it strengthen all the way up to a Category 3 storm. Here's what we're looking at right now. Winds 115 miles per hour out of the storm system, moving towards the west-northwest at about 9 miles per hour. Now, this is the latest track that was issued by the National Hurricane Center at 5 o'clock. Still expected to strengthen as it marches towards the Caribbean, expected to reach Category 4 status.
This is breaking news just into Channel 1 Atlanta Storm Watch at 7:51 this Friday evening. We have the 8 p.m. advisory. Hurricane hunters are finding a stronger storm now with 125 mile per hour sustained winds, a well-defined eye, and symmetric satellite appearance. Further strengthening is likely. There is no change in the track or the intensity forecast at this time. Again, Dorian strengthens again. Hurricane hunters find winds of 125 miles per hour.
Putting them right along the coastline. We will be watching this very closely over the next couple of days as this storm system evolves. But the latest track has this moving from a Category 4 to a Category 2 up our coastline as we head into next week. From Channel 9 Eyewitness News, I'm meteorologist Cassandra Crimming.
If the winds from Hurricane Dorian don't knock down trees, the potential heavy rains could oversaturate the ground and cause those trees to fall.
And as you can imagine, homeowners now scrambling to see if they could get their trees trimmed before Dorian arrives. Channel 9's Lynn Keys caught up with some professional tree trimmers making their rounds today, and they are booked big time ahead of the storm.
They are booked and busy. We're in Thornton Park tonight, where several massive trees like this caused issues during Hurricane Irma. But if homeowners haven't already made appointments to take care of any potential trouble trees on their property, at this point it could be tough. It's the buzz being heard throughout Central Florida ahead of Hurricane Dorian. For Barry Wilson, that sound means one less thing to worry about.
Well, you always got to be vigilant, and watching out for it. You never know what's going to happen.
His home in Zelwood is surrounded by trees and limbs that he's now getting taken care of before the wind and rain blow in.
Especially the ones hanging over the roof.
Wilson's home is just one of many on the to-do list for McCullough Tree Service as their crews climb roofs to tackle jobs in Orange and Seminole counties.
We are slammed. The phones are ringing, the trucks are moving.
People are trying to avoid scenes like this after Hurricane Irma. Trees and branches taking up temporary residence on roads and roofs and tangling up power lines.
When you have all that weight pulling on those major limbs, it makes the parent stem more susceptible to failing, cracking, breaking, and possibly puncturing a roof and falling.
But with another pending storm, unfortunately, not everyone will be able to get a visit from the tree trimmers this weekend. We called several companies in the area, and they were all booked.
It is difficult right now. We're not able to get to everybody.
With so many unknowns still with Hurricane Dorian, homeowners like Wilson appreciate the extra peace of mind before the storm.
Very thankful.
So once again, it's best to be making those calls right now for appointments and estimates. If they can get you in, the experts say make sure they're insured for liability and workers' comp. This can protect you. We also found out today the city of Orlando has its crews out making sure any city-owned trees don't cause any problems during the storm. Reporting in Orlando, Len Keys, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
Well, if you have struggled to find gas, top off your tank, or fill your extra gas cans, you are not alone. In fact, today when I was at Home Depot, they were out of gas cans even.
I was waiting in line today. A lot of people honking their horns to get filled up. We've heard reports of gas stations running out from Brevard County to the Orlando Metro. Channel 9's Johnny Fernandez is monitoring the problem for us tonight. Johnny, we're nowhere close to a widespread shortage yet.
Yeah, and Martha, many managers I spoke with around Orlando tell me that after 5 o'clock, you guys are going to see this, just a line of cars waiting to get gas. Now, we do know that the governor has also stepped in to make sure that gas stations have gas and are ready to fuel up before the storm. Drivers across Orlando say they're not taking any chances and are fueling up.
Every gas station I went through, I noticed it's full.
And it's a problem that will increase. This morning, we learned some gas stations had no fuel. Governor DeSantis addressed the issue this morning.
Fuel is an issue. There's gas stations that have run out of fuel. We in the